No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just gonna keep you right where you at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. Now, before we get started, make sure you are following the Wrestling Realm right here on YouTube, Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or Stitcher. And make sure, if you haven't done so, make sure you vote for Break It Down with Brian H. for top wrestling podcast as the top solo podcast. And make sure you vote for the Wrestling Realm as podcast of the year, as well as the best duo podcast. So, you can go follow the link on our Twitter, and you can also search hashtag Wrestling Podcast Awards. So appreciate everybody who's voted, and continue to vote every day if you have to. So now let's get ready to get started. Wow, what a night. Monday Night Raw. So Roman Reigns, he announced that he's had leukemia for 11 years, and it was in remission. Unfortunately, it's back. And therefore, he was going to have to put aside the Universal title because he's got to go home and fight this. And say what you want about Roman Reigns. I'm going to just go out right here and say that my prayers are out for Joe Anoa'i, because behind the character Roman Reigns is a human being, is a man, is a father, is a husband, is a brother, is an uncle. You name, he's the guy. Regardless of how you feel, if you feel Vince McMahon is pushing down your throat, or if you feel that, he doesn't deserve it, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But at the end of the day, these are the moments where we realize that our superheroes are real. I usually use that phrase when somebody passes away, but, we're going to pray that does not happen to Roman. As you've seen, the guy has a young daughter who he absolutely adores. So, just to say, Roman, we out here, we're praying for you, and you, like you said, you will beat this. But he came out, that's how we started off Monday Night Raw, and, I think because, I was texting my brother Corey, and like he said, no heads up, no spoilers, it's just absolute shock. When Edge, with Daniel Bryan retired, and even Paige, I believe, due to injury, we saw the spoilers come out during the day. We heard expected to make an announcement, stuff like that. We didn't see that with Roman Reigns. You heard that he missed the house show, and then somebody made a joke. It's like, oh man, Roman Reigns he's no showing house shows now. And then you figure, okay, it's probably had to be a family emergency. Hopefully everything's cool. But then this happened. He comes out there, he makes this announcement. And it was just something you don't want to see, man. And so, as I said, my prayers go out to him. The fist bump. When we saw the Shield do the fist bump, that right there, you could see Rollins, the tears were in his eyes. Roman was holding back. Ambrose was holding back. But the tears were right there, Seth Rollins' eyes, because it's real. I don't care what you say. But the show must go on. So, and that's what happened. The main event, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, taking on Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Now, this ended with the Shield becoming the new tag team champions. But then during the celebration, Dean Ambrose hit Seth Rollins with the dirty deeds and instant heat. Shout out to my boy Antonio Banks. You see him in the Wrestling Realm group. If you're on YouTube, a lot of times you'll see his comments. Very loyal listener. My brother from high school. He said around 9 or 10 o'clock, he said, if Dean Ambrose turns tonight, he'll be basically he was saying he'll be the ultimate heel. People say, no, not tonight. Emotions are too high. Personally, I thought it was the perfect time to do it. I'm with Banks on this one. This is the perfect time. Obviously, the show's going on. As you can see, it continued. But when he did that, that lets you know, like, wow. Because the crowd did not see it coming. Because as long as we've been watching wrestling, we say there's no way it's gonna happen tonight. You know, a lot of times as wrestling fans, we feel we know it all. We tend to know patterns, and this wouldn't be a night. Everybody, you know, I mean, Braun Strowman, for goodness sake, he came out there and said, Roman Reigns and I, you know, even though we haven't seen eye to eye, I'm gonna win the Universal title, and when he beats Leukemia, he's gonna get a shot at it. Like, you wouldn't expect that from Braun. But nonetheless, Dean Ambrose beats up Seth Rollins, and then, I mean, and he was saying stuff in his Ambrose language, but when he hit the dirty D's on the concrete, remind you of Jake the Snake hitting the DDT to Ricky Steamboat on the concrete. It's like, oh boy. You know, now granted, he protected him, but, you know, let's look at it from the kayfabe point of view. So I want to see what happens next week. Monday Night Raw got my attention. Definitely have my attention. So, but, you know, moving on, and, you know, because we're going to stay right there, actually, but just in a different context. Braun Strowman. So, Paul Heyman comes out there, and he basically lets you know, he offers his prayers to Roman, but he says Brock Lesnar's coming back, and basically he's coming back to get the title. And Braun Strowman, you know, will come out there, and then that's when Drew McIntyre will kick Strowman, catch him off guard. And he told Dolph Ziggler, like, you know, just trust me. This now makes you say, okay, so are they going to enter Drew McIntyre into that match? I personally would love to see it. It would make total sense. Put McIntyre in the match. That is the guy I want to see as the Universal Champion. And then see Braun Strowman chase. But only time will tell. Maybe they'll do something next week. But I'll say this, Raw has definitely got the reset that it needed. Unfortunately, it happened under these circumstances. I want Monday Night Raw to be good, but I didn't want it to happen this way, you know. But this is an opportunity. We got new tag team champions tonight. I don't think we're going to keep the titles on them, no. I mean, I think that it'll probably be vacant. I also been saying this time and time again, Seth Rollins needs to go ahead and drop that IC title. When's the last time that's been defended? It hasn't been over 30 days. Nobody seems to talk about it. That's supposed to be the most prestigious title. You know, do we need to put it back around the Miz's waist? I mean, for goodness sake. So, you know, it's a very emotional night for Monday Night Raw. But I'm going to go ahead and take the first break and be right back after this message.
What's going on, guys and girls? You are checking out the Wrestling Realm podcast with my main man, Brian Waters. My name is Ryan Anderson, host of the Gully Blanchard podcast. And anytime I need to get caught up on what's going on in the world of pro wrestling, I always check out the Wrestling Realm with Brian Waters. Check out the show, guys.
And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's move on to the women. Ronda Rousey, Nikki Bella, the contract signing, the official contract signing for the match at WWE Evolution that will be this Sunday in New York at the Nassau Coliseum, I believe. Ronda, so the Bellas was not, they came out first, and then Ronda comes out, they escaped the ring immediately until they made Ronda promise she wouldn't put a finger on him, said because her word is her bond. But that didn't stop Nikki from slapping the taste out of Ronda Rousey's mouth. But then she smiled. So I'm actually looking forward to this match. I'm a Bella Twins fan. I don't care what anybody says, you know. So I'm looking forward to this match. I want to see what happens. What's going to happen between them two? Only time will tell, man. You know, I'm almost certain. You know, I think this is the gimme match. I think it's almost guaranteed that Ronda Rousey will win. But then again, Nikki Bella could win by disqualification. I'm not sure if I'm ready to say she's definitely going to break her arm, but it would make sense. So, only, you know, but I have to say, moving on, I think I see who's next in line for the women's title, and that's Ruby Riott. Now, I'm not a fan of the Riott Squad at all. Just don't like them together. But they do their job, man. Every week they come out, they annoy the heck out of me. And, you know, they make me go, oh, here they come again. I want to see them get beat up. This week, Ruby Riott beat Sasha Banks. And, you know, she looked like, you know, I hate to admit it, but she looks like she could be one of the tough ones, and she deserves a title shot. I want to see her get a chance. I think it would make sense for Ruby Riott to defeat Ronda Rousey, believe it or not. I think you can do something right there. I think that's the way you you can get the belt off of Ronda in a way where the Riot Squad can cheat, because obviously Ronda don't need to hold the title forever. Maybe, and maybe it's a triple threat match or something. I don't know how they're going to do it. I think it'll end up with her having the title all the way until WrestleMania, but only time will tell. And we also saw a fatal 4-way match. Yeah, fatal 4-way match between Ember Moon, Dana Brooke, and Tamina and Nia Jax. Ember Moon will go ahead and win that one, and that right there, I think Ember's going to be, she's going to be a favorite. I don't think she wins it. I don't know. So Naomi won the WrestleMania Battle Royal, so that makes me say, and Asuka was on Raw and she won the Royal Rumble, so maybe they'll go with a Raw person. I'm rooting for Dana Brooke. I want to see Dana Brooke win. This would be her opportunity, but it could be somebody from NXT. I personally wouldn't mind seeing Bianca Belair win. So we'll see. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to go into a little bit of NXT conversation.
This is Glenn Thomas with the Wrestling Marks of Excellence, and you're listening to Break It Down with Brian H. Waters, brought to you by The Wrestling Realm.
And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So, NXT, before we get right into it, how about D-Generation X coming out there reminding everybody that they have been running things for the past 22 years, and they even brought up the fact that, look who's coming up next, talking about the NXT, and then Shawn Michaels, following up to what Triple H said, and we run that too. Just their way of poking the bear between Undertaker and Kane as we get ready for Crown Jewel. He said is older better. Unfortunately, it seems like these guys are telling better stories than the younger ones, and I hate to be that guy. I really do, but it just seems like that's what's going on. But moving on to NXT. So this past week, we saw Bianca Belair taking on Nikki Cross in the main event, only for this match to be another no contest between the two because Aleister Black ruined it, and he's trying to find out who attacked him. And now we finally know. We finally know who attacked Aleister Black. No, Aleister Black knows, I should say, because Nikki Cross revealed it to him. But what does that mean? Because he had the look on his face, and this is what I want to see, how far the character of Aleister Black can go. How far we see him go with this, And so I also want to know, how many of y'all, let me know if you checked out WWE NXT UK. I thought it was, I checked out a couple matches. Thought it was really, real good. I can't wait to see what else they have up on their sleeves this week, I should say. But I haven't checked out the Pete Dunne match. I was talking to the real Dwayne Allen. He was telling me about it, and he said, man, Pete Dunne is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. There's a reason why this guy's been the UK champion forever, almost 2 years it feels like. He puts on great matches. And a couple weeks ago, on NXT, Pete Dunne, Ricochet, Adam Cole for the North American title. That was a phenomenal match. So I'm a fan of this guy. I can't wait. I would love to see him as WWE champion. I know he's still young, so he's got some time. But, that guy got Triple H guy written all over him. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up. So, last week, I know, if you were looking, I didn't do an episode after SmackDown 1000. That's because I moved. But last week was just trying to get ready for the move and then get settled in. So that's the reason why Wrestling for the Culture was delayed. But I'm all set up now. So, but I actually watched SmackDown 1000 and fell asleep. And it wasn't because the show was bad. It was just that I was just that doggone tired. Wouldn't have thought that would have happened, but I was like, whoa, okay. I woke up and it was 10:05. I was upset. It's like, did I really just fall asleep on SmackDown 1000? Bad enough I was mad I didn't go, but there was a reason for that. As you see, like I made the announcement. My wife and I just bought a home. So that was the reason why I didn't go. But I was like, man, I really wanted to see the show, and but it was good. I really enjoyed the dance off and to start the show. I really enjoy Evolution. I'm not a Bautista fan. I know he wants Triple H, and I wouldn't mind getting that match if Triple H goes over. That way Bautista can shut his mouth. And AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan teaming up to go against the Usos. I thought that was great. I saw that the Big Show came back as another heel, which led to him helping the Bar become the new tag team champions. So that was something else. Speaking of Big Show, I don't know how many of you have got a chance to listen to Eric Bischoff's podcast, but they did an episode on the Giant, and one of the things that stood out that he said was, as good as the Giant was never on the level of Hogan, and it was hard to book for him. He was never Hogan, Flair, Austin Rock, and it was hard to book for him because you couldn't get the sympathy behind him, but then he was also too big to have to lie, cheat, and steal. So I'm interested to know, what do you guys think about that? What do you think about his assessment? And as Eazy-E says, context is king. So make sure you listen to the entire show so you can get the full context of what he was saying. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it. Make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. Make sure you vote for Break It Down with Brian H. Vote for the Wrestling Realm in the Wrestling Podcast Awards. And once you vote, send me a screenshot and I'll give you a shout out. So, until next time, folks, I'm Brian H. Waters. So long, everybody. When you watch